What's
Hmm.
going on, everyone? John and Audrey here, back again with not the first, not another episode of the podcast, but the first kind of installment episode, wherever you want to call it. I just put it number one, Audrey. It's going to be the Real Talk Live. So this is not going to be our podcast, like we've been kind of talking a little bit on the podcast, and we've been looking to kind of change things up. So what the Real Talk Live is going to be is just what you guys been used to when we're just coming on here live, talking to you guys, talking movies. We'll still talk movies and stuff we've seen and stuff like that, but we're not gonna get too much in debt. We'll just kind of say, hey, like we liked it, we recommend it, or whatever, and just talk whatever comes up. Kind of just like a live type of thing. And the Real Talk podcast, we're gonna be debuting sometime soon. I won't say this week because knowing me,
It won't happen.
um, it
I'm
won't
just
happen. But
kidding.
we'll try to do like the Real Talk podcast soon, and then next week is gonna go. It's gonna be a new schedule. We're gonna put all this information out in the channel on the community section and on our social media, so Twitter and Instagram. So make sure you guys are following us on there to be like updated and everything like that. The links to that is gonna be down in the description below. But yeah, we're excited about that. We're trying to do a new kind of phase of the Real Talk. So
Yep.
hopefully you guys are all in
Yep.
for it,
Yep.
in
Yep.
for the ride.
So I think it's basically the podcast that we're gonna do is gonna have a more formatted feel to it as opposed to what we've been doing. So that should be exciting.
Yes.
But we're still gonna keep, like I said, like John said, the live because we like just kind of chilling and talking with you guys and reading the comments, and we just like to talk about different stuff. Jump
Interact
to
with you
different
guys.
Yeah, jump to different topics. I think we're both kind of like we, we like to just go from. I'm like that. My brain is just like I'm such a spaz. Like I just think about different things. So I think the live works perfect for that. So we're
Yeah.
definitely gonna keep that, but we will have, like John said, the pre-recorded podcast. So we're excited. We're trying to revamp, give the channel a facelift, so to speak.
Yeah, facelift. An
Yeah,
overdue facelift.
yeah.
And we're doing just like small steps first, so it's not going to be too much of a dramatic change. And eventually, that's what something we're going to get to is like we talked about. I think on the last episode or the second to last one, that we're eventually going to try to put the actual podcast on like Spotify and iTunes, so you guys can listen to it wherever. Take us wherever you want, do like take us with you on your car ride to work or something like that, the gym, wherever you guys cooking or you're being intimate with your
Mm-hmm.
partner, whatever you guys like to do. You can have us there with you.
I was like, wait, what?
Hey, you never know. Like you,
People are into that, you
people are
know?
into that. So
Yeah, I mean, there's some crazy stuff out there. But yeah, I really like the idea of us being on Spotify and Apple Music. I think it'll be way more convenient for our listeners. I know for me it would be because I just like having stuff on the background when I'm doing stuff. So I think it'll be super convenient to have us available on that.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
but yeah, we're slowly but surely trying to progress into that. So just be patient with us. But we just want to let you guys know what's going on, what we've been doing. We've been working. Trust me,
Yeah,
we've been trying.
been trying.
We're trying to get it together. I feel like I thought to myself yesterday, I was like, okay, I was like, I have to like at least like put in an effort now, like for most things in my life, because I'm the type of person that I'm just kind of like I coast. Like I kind of like even in school, I think that's why I didn't do well in school because in school I
Yeah,
just wanted to do the bare minimum. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to give my 100% to everything now.
yeah,
So I'm not gonna wait for New Year's. I'm just gonna do it now. So
yeah.
that's where I'm at. But yeah. So how are you doing, John? So I know we kind of just like started off with the announcement, but how you been doing? Anything new?
I've been good. Just chilling. This is my last week at my current job, so that's kind of
Ooh.
cool. Next week I'm gonna be starting a new job, and hopefully that one sticks. Hopefully no,
Yeah.
bumps in the road or whatever. But it seems like it will. It seems like it's a good job. So there's that. Other than that, I mean, just chilling.
I think you mentioned that your new job is gonna be closer to home.
Yeah, it's like 8 minutes away, 7 minutes away. So it's like
That's
literally
nice.
like down the street.
Having a short commute is always the best.
Yeah.
because you know you can arrive there in like 10 minutes flat,
Yeah.
and watch you still be late.
I know, that's what I'm scared. I was like, fuck, like I don't want to like be late. Like sometimes I am now, but like a minute or two. And
Yeah.
I work it right now in like Chino, like almost Chino Hills, like the borderline. So it's a bit
Mm,
far away, you know. I have to get on the freeway a little bit too. And this one's
yeah.
just right there, but that's why I can be late even more because it's just right there, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna always try to be like leave with my house with like 15 minutes, you know, left or something, you know. Just get
Yeah.
there a little early, chill on my phone or whatever, and clock in, you know.
Yeah. I feel like I think it's always better to be extra early than than late, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially for a job. But once you get comfortable in your job, you kind of just like, I remember like me, like whenever I started a new job, I always would get there like 20 minutes early, and then like when I was there for like a while, I would just barely make it in time to like clock in. I was like,
yeah.
oh fuck.
Like, where's Audrey? She called off again for the third day in a row.
No, I never call off. I never call off. I'm really good at going. I mean, unless I get someone to cover my shift, then obviously, yeah. But I won't actually call off. I feel so guilty. Like, if I call off, dude, I feel so guilty. I'm like, fuck, I
Yeah,
could
no,
be
I'm
at
too.
work right now.
I know that's the thing too. That like sometimes, well, for me, I'm like a completely different person. I call off almost like twice a week. But
Really?
but
Oh
at the
my
same
God.
time, like I call off or you call off and you're like, fuck, like I just need this day for me or something, and then you're like, you don't do shit, and
Yeah,
then
and
you're
you feel
just kind of
guilty.
like, fuck, like
I
I
could have
should have
been
just
making
gone.
money.
Yeah, I could have been
Yeah.
making money. Like I look bad right now with my coworkers or whatever, you know, like
Damn, I hope your employers aren't watching this because you just kind of like
well,
outed
it's
yourself.
my last week.
Yeah, you're like, I don't care. That's true. You're like, I'm out of here. But
Yeah.
yeah, I honestly wish I could get like a job where I just like worked from home. I think that would be like the dream.
Yeah, I definitely would like something like that too, but then I'm scared that I wouldn't actually do it. You know, like I was supposed to be homeschooled for like my junior year, part of it or most of it, and I just didn't do shit. You know,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah.
work is different. Like if you're actually getting paid for it, and if it's I don't know, like something that you kind of like doing or something, you'll probably just do it. You know, like it's different. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And I think as long as you're like kind of held accountable in some way, like I'm assuming if you're working from home, you have to like clock in at some point or you have to like write something down that says that you started working at a certain time. So I think that would help me. Cause yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not very like self motivated. So if
Yeah,
it's up to me, like I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'll do it later. Like I can do it tomorrow or I can do it like whenever, you know? So yeah, that would I would need something that would still be like, okay, no, you gotta clock in at like 9. And you're like, all right, well, I guess. In my
yeah, like some
pajamas.
way to like track you or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And one of my coworkers from my job, he recently got hired at TikTok
Oh, for
through
real?
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he told me it's like super cool. Like he's gonna work from home. The pay's really good, and they even offer like pet insurance, which I thought was really cool because I was like, what the fuck? They
Yeah.
offer him insurance and they offer your pets insurance, which I think is like a very like something like that you would do nowadays. You know what I mean? Like people getting their
Yeah.
pet insurance. I was like, shit, I wish I could do that because yeah, my vet bill for my cat was really expensive. So that pet insurance comes in handy, I would
Clutch,
think.
yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
how, Mo was paying like 17 bucks for his, like a month.
Oh yeah, you told me huh that Mo has pet insurance.
Yeah. I
I
don't know
mean,
if you want to
shit, I
link
don't
up with
even have
him.
insurance.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like fuck, I don't have insurance for myself. It's like let alone for like if I had a pet.
I know. I mean, I would need to get insurance first, and then I could like be like, okay, I think I can get church and creature insurance.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, Rob's in the chat, and then we
I know.
got
I was like
Gangsta
we
Puffs.
neglected the chat.
Hey
Rob says
Rob,
hi everyone. So how's everyone doing? We're good, man. Well, how about you? You working? You chilling? Got
how's
some
your
steel books
Chihuahua?
today? Oh yeah. How's your Chihuahua? Mr. Gangster Puffs.
Oh, you used yours
Sounds
today.
great. And holy shit, if your cat catches on fire, the hell?
You better work at TikTok. Yeah, I mean for real.
Then we got
James Pond,
James.
no time to care. Hello.
What's up, man? Gonna-
Um,
Ablin,
Albane?
Ablin
Albane?
review. What's
Hello.
up?
Thanks
Welcome.
for tuning in, guys.
Welcome. Let us know. It's Tuesday. It's just almost like the start of a new week. So let us know if you guys catch anything at the cinemas, at your home, what you guys watching on TV, whatever. We'll talk about it. If you guys have any questions for us, we'll answer that too.
Yeah.
And Audrey, I know we started a little bit later, but
Yeah.
we can jump right into it. I had something to watch. That's why I was a little late.
hmm
So I wanted to discuss with it.
I
Wait,
really
about
hope
it
it's
with you.
something that I wanted you to watch. I really hope it's something that I want.
It's well, it's actually a movie called Alone. It's from Hulu. It was pretty
Alone.
creepy. Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, I've been wanting to watch that. Wait, is that the one about a girl that's like stranded?
Yeah, she's like stranded and like. Well, I don't want to give too much away because I've only actually seen the beginning. What I actually watched was the first episode of Scenes for a Marriage.
Oh, so you did watch it.
Just the first episode though.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Praise the Lord. I was like, damn it, John, you really didn't watch that. And then you're going to watch something else. Like the disrespect. But okay. You're
Yeah.
okay. All right.
I did
I'm
start that
good.
movie though alone because I guess there was one night where I was just like, what did I watch? I can watch anything. I think I text you guys. Um,
Oh, yeah. You said something on your watch list or something that you haven't watched in a while.
yeah.
So that was on your watch list or that was
Alone.
just something new?
No, Alone was on my watch list. I guess I put movies on the like my little queue or whatever, and every now and then I like scroll through it, but nothing was like completely like, oh, okay, like I'll watch this one for sure. For some reason, I wanted to watch the card counter. Like that one
Yeah.
was really calling me, but it was like too late to go to the theaters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I watched the first episode per your request because it's something I was interested to. Jessica Chastain, Oscar Isaac, and then I believe is a film. I think it said based on the series of from Ingrid Bergman or whatever.
Ingmar Bergman. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a Swedish it was like a Swedish miniseries. But it reads like a movie cuz it's like 3 hours long.
yeah,
But yeah, I had mentioned to you that I had watched the original Swedish one and I loved it. And that's why I was a little bit hesitant to watch Scenes from a Marriage, but I was like, "You know what? I shouldn't be because I should still give it a chance cuz I love Oscar Isaac. I think he's great and I am also a fan of Jessica Chastain,
yeah.
so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. But I'm really happy that you watched the first episode at least. But if you want, let's talk first about the movie Alone because I'm kind of intrigued because I've been wanting to watch it because I heard good things about it. But
Oh
I
well, I
just
just I just saw the first like 10 minutes of it.
oh, so you haven't? Oh, okay, okay. You like
Yeah,
literally like just started it and then you were like, okay.
yeah.
But it's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So I can watch it. Because for some reason, I think I tried to like stream it, but it wasn't available. I think I had to like purchase it on Amazon. So I was like, I'm just gonna like wait. But yeah, I think that would be on my queue for movies that I want to watch. I also have been wanting to watch this one on HBO called The Empty Man. I've heard good things about it too.
Oh
I've heard that
yeah,
it's pretty creepy. But I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I'll
yeah.
probably watch
I
that.
I we talked about it a little bit when I watched it earlier this year. Um,
Oh,
it's
so you
definitely
did see
gotten
it?
yeah, it's definitely gotten like a cult following now, especially because your favorite critic on here, Chris Stuckman, he kind of came out and like reviewed it and said, hey, so he has a pull, he has some pull. That guy, like if he says, hey, watch something, people will watch it. And I think, but before that, people were already like putting it on other people's radar, and I heard about it and it looked interesting. I remember I loved like the first 10 minutes of it because it's like an interlude or like a epilogue is at the end, right? A
Yeah.
prelude or whatever it is. It just, I don't know. I was a real big fan of that, and in the movie overall, I really enjoyed it and I liked it. I wouldn't say I'm like in love with it like everybody else is, but I won't put it down. Like I see why people like it and everything, but and I did really like it, but it's just I'm not like in love with it. Like, oh fuck, I gotta
Do
get
you
it.
think I would like it?
I think you would. I think you
Okay.
would.
Okay.
Maybe the ending is kind of like, I don't know. I won't say too much about the ending, but
Well,
um
I want to watch it now. I mean,
I think
it's
overall you'll like it. I think you watch it 100%. Watch it. It's on HBO right now.
yeah, like what the hell? Why not?
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, so if you want to go, okay, well now that I know that you didn't watch the movie, then I guess we can jump into scenes from a marriage. But probably on the podcast you'll talk about Alone if you actually watch it. If you
Yeah.
finish watching it, you'll
I'm gonna
give me
try
your
to.
full review.
It definitely did it enough at the beginning to be, oh shit, okay, like I'm interested, like what's gonna happen.
It caught your attention.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the one that Ben made me watch on Netflix. Oh crap, what is it called? Oh my god, Ben, if you're on the chat, the one with the guy that like also is like in a cabin and like he's weird and he like kidnaps people. I don't want to give too much away, but I don't remember the name, but it reminds me of that.
Is it the foreign language one?
No, it's like an indie film. It has two parts to it. I think it's called Creep, actually. I think it might
Oh,
be
with
called
Mark
Creep.
Duplass?
I don't know. Is that him?
But real quick, we're definitely gonna talk about this. We're definitely gonna talk about this. So hold on, man. Hold on.
Espera, un momento. Creep. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Yeah, it
Okay.
was Creep. Yeah. That one, I was like, what the fuck?
So you seen it, or you just seen Ben watching it, like parts of it or something?
No, I
Or...
actually watched it with him.
Oh, okay.
It was like pretty good. Like, yeah, it had some creepy aspects to it, but it was definitely one of those. We did watch the second one. I remember we watched the second one, or maybe we didn't finish it. I don't remember. But anyways, it kind of reminds me of that. That's why it came to my mind. Should we catch up on some of the comments? Because I feel like we got hit with a lot of comments.
Yeah. So first and foremost, James, Audrey's mic sounds amazing. Gangster Puffs.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then
Wow,
let's talk
people
about...
are recognizing that Ben is the IT guy.
He said, "Thanks, James. I do what I can."
That's so funny. I'm glad. He deserves it.
And then Amlin, you're giving us just a lot to talk about. I love it. We'll definitely talk about these. And I picked up two. They're waiting for me at Best Buy right now. And one of them, I'm surprised. Let me check real quick because I really wanted this one, Audrey, and it's sold out.
Which
and it's
one?
like the main one I wanted. God damn it. It's a Clockwork Orange. I couldn't get my hands on it. The steelbook.
Oh, the steelbook that
man.
you told me about? Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a beauty too. Look at it. I don't know if you like.
Yeah. Yeah, you showed it to me the last time and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty,
so we'll
pretty
definitely
good.
talk about that. I don't know. But I saw Dune 2021. The hype is real. It blew me away. Wow.
Oh,
James,
wow.
I believe maybe you're in Europe somewhere because I think it was released over there. So, I mean, hopefully, please no spoilers. We're still highly anticipating over here. At least Ben is. You know, I'm excited. I'm intrigued. It's done enough to me. Okay, cool. Like, let me see if the hype is real. You know.
Yeah. I told Ben that I want to watch
The original.
the David Lynch one. Because even though people say that it's not good and it's like doesn't make sense, like I still want to watch it. Like I don't know. I just I want to watch it. So I probably will watch it
It's
before.
on HBO Max.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'm going to watch that at some point. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Me too. I definitely want to watch it too. We'll probably do it for the podcast. Stay tuned, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
This old helmet.
Yeah.
I rewatched The Last of Mohicans. Beautiful scenery and epically large historic sets. I have not seen that movie since I was like 5 or 6. I do remember bits and pieces of it.
Is that the one with Mel Gibson or is that the one with
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Oh, right. But they're Braveheart. I'm thinking of Braveheart.
Really? You got those two mixed up? Braveheart
I don't know, because I think they have like the same kind of like cover
aesthetic or something.
Like I think they came out maybe around the same time. I just remember that being like my childhood. Like I remember those being like the big movies, the action movies that came out when I was younger.
Do you mean The Patriot?
That one was so sad. Do you remember that one?
Directed by Ronald Emmerich. It's surprisingly because like he does just a bunch of like natural disaster ones. He actually has a new one coming out. I'm kind of excited, but it's kind of like weird. He just did this Patriot one like out of nowhere, and it was good.
Yeah. Okay, so if Daniel Day-Lewis comes out in The Last of the Mohicans, then which one is the one with Tom Cruise?
The Last Samurai?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think it's The Last Samurai. Right? I like that one.
Yeah,
I like
I
that
haven't
one.
seen that one in a long time either. I have it on DVD for some
Yeah, I
reason.
haven't seen any of these in like years, but I remember liking The Last Samurai.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, Cop Shop was fun, not a mind blowing movie, but fun. I honestly didn't even know anything about this movie. I saw that it was playing at the Alamo, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But it seems just like a action movie. You
Yeah,
know, I think it has
I
Gerard
kept
Butler, right?
Jar Butler and Frank Grillo. I kept calling it Chop Shop, but it's Cop Shop.
Cop Shop, yeah.
There's no H in there. But yeah, I mean, it looks like a fun time. I love Gerard Butler. I think for me, he's been kind of having a renaissance in the sense of like he's done these uh like I know he's done like Geostorm stuff like that, but he did Greenland, the one about the meteor, which I actually really enjoyed. I
Oh
know he
yeah.
did something else recently. I seen him that I liked him in. I think that one, Den of Thieves. I think so. I really like that one too. So he's kind of having like these little kind of action movies. I was all right, cool. I enjoy him in it. So I actually wanted to see this movie because of him and Frank Grillo too.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
no,
Oscar Isaac and Card Counter was bad. Really? I've been hearing good things about it.
yeah,
Interesting. I feel like Oscar Isaac can do no wrong, but that's
I
just me being
know,
biased because I like him as an actor.
yeah.
But maybe he is bad. But apparently, from what I've heard, the card counter is not what I think it is. I've heard that it's like not what you're expecting, kind of. So it
Yeah,
kind of made me intrigued to watch it.
it seems like a dark sort of like more adult version of that card, the 21. It's just called
Yeah.
21.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that one.
that's what people said. That's what I thought it was going to be, but then people were like, "No, it's not like that at all." So I'm kind
Damn.
of like, "Damn, for real?" There's also another movie before we keep going in the comments. There was another movie that came out with Nicolas Cage. Again,
Oh
Nicolas Cage
yeah.
just coming out with these random ass movies. I forget what it's called, but it's also just like some crazy wacky film that he's in. Um,
Yeah, it
but
didn't
yeah.
get good reviews, but I still want to watch it. Anything with him.
Well, how do you feel that he said that he's not retiring? He's never going to retire.
Good. I mean, if that's what he loves, some people there's like people like Daniel Day Lewis, who think they've done a lot, they've anything they can. They probably have other aspirations. But then you have someone like Nick who's just doing a lot of work. Maybe I don't know if he's in debt or he just loves these like little bizarre. He
Yeah.
maybe he's at a different point in his life, and he's just like, hey, like this is what I like doing. Like, so cool, dude. Like, just make your money. If this is like the legacy you want to leave behind, cool, dude. It just depends on everybody. I mean, if he starts having like a super down slope, where it's like, dude, come on, just give it up, then. But so far, I mean, he just did Pig.
I
Like,
mean, yeah, that's true. When you see him come out with something like Pig, you're like, damn, he still has some good acting in him left.
yeah,
But he also just does these wild movies. So I think he just loves it. I think he just enjoys so much being an actor. That's what he wants to do, that's his life. And like you said, it might have to do also with the fact that he does have some debt because I was having a conversation about this with one of my friends and he was like, yeah, I think he was a big gambler. I don't know if he still is. So he has a lot of financial troubles or had in the past. So maybe he's still dealing with that. I don't really know. I would like to think that it's just because he loves acting and he just wants to do that. Yeah, Prisoners of the Ghost Line. That's what it's called.
yeah,
Because then you also have like Clint Eastwood that is still making movies. He
yeah.
just came out with freaking Cry Macho. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. He's almost, like, I
It's
think
like
he's 90.
90. Like,
Yeah, he can barely like I saw him like I saw clips of the movie and I'm like you can tell that he's just kind of like he's kind of just like
he
walking
was about to like
along.
fall asleep anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like I'm like come on dude, like I get it, like he's a legend and I think that I told Ben and I was like I would have preferred just him kind of just calling it quits. Just
Yeah,
saying.
like retiring. Let me see. I'm in his wiki right now.
I mean, he gave us Gran Torino, and that's like the last one that I can think that I enjoyed him in. I think that was the last one
Yeah,
that I
he's
watched.
91.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
I mean, he kind of doesn't look like it. He looks more like
80?
70, 80, I don't know.
I mean, but in this movie, I could tell that he was already
Yeah.
old. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting old. We're all gonna get old, and Clint Eastwood has really just given it all he fucking can. But he
Yeah.
always also plays the same character, which kind of bugs me. Like I would love to see him in something else, but I think he's
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood, so
Like
that's just
let
his
him
thing.
do a romantic comedy next.
That'd be
Or something.
hilarious. Well, he did a stint where he was doing reality TV because I remember my parents would watch that show. I forgot what it was called. I think it was something like Living with the Eastwoods or something like that. And it was a
Damn.
show of his family.
Like a
Yeah.
Kardashian one?
Yeah, honestly. And he would
Keeping up
show
the
up.
Eastwoods.
Yeah, and he would show up all grumpy and he was like, I don't want to fucking talk. Um,
Damn, Jesus.
well, because come on, like he probably didn't even want to
Get off my
do.
fucking lawn.
Yeah, he didn't want to do reality TV. But honestly, I haven't heard good things about Cry Macho. It was still selling though. A
Yeah.
lot. He has his fans.
Oh
Fucking
yeah,
has a lot
definitely.
of fans. So, yeah.
It was
Um
promoted like that too, like, oh, from the legend Clint Eastwood. Like,
yeah. And I know. And it was really interesting because when I was working it, I could see like the older crowd, obviously, the older crowd that he attracts. But then there was also like a middle-aged crowd that had their kids with them. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Like they're still bringing them along to show them like, hey, this is Clint Eastwood. Like I would totally tell my kids like watch his early stuff, but
yeah,
like whatever, like they still wanna support the dude.
yeah.
Um
So we already talked about that, and then Ben was like, "Oh, I wanted to watch the card counter. Darn, the whole movie bad." And let's see if he replies. I know. Okay, so we'll get to this one real quick. Jordan, this is some. Welcome to the Real Talk Rap Talk. Jordan Lucas. I'm a fan of his. And Double's work is definitely one off his ADHD album, highly anticipated one. I think like a few years back now. That really took me by surprise. He basically just talks about it's a very like social commentary one, and he's basically talking to God this whole time, and he's telling him like, oh, like why are you just taking all the good people, not the bad people, and he definitely expresses a lot of like his like demons and stuff like that. He name
mm,
drops a lot of people, so um fuck, I'm forgetting. He says like give us back. He's basically saying like, oh, give us back like like
Michael.
Tupac, Aaliyah, Michael, and all that stuff, and take like I think he says Trump. He's like take and trade. Let's trade for Trump or something.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
they're
I heard a
very
lot about that.
yeah. There's a lot of I've definitely recommend it. I really like that album. I know a lot of people didn't live up to the hype, but I like that album. I still have to listen to a little bit more of his follow up to that too. But I very much like that song. It's one of my favorite songs from him, and I showed it to my brother, and he plays it now too sometimes. So
So
that's pretty
you're
cool.
like, haha, he liked it.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
pretty cool one. I highly recommend it if you like rap. I think Joyner is one of those young rappers, up and coming that has been solid so far.
I really need to um, listen to more younger rappers. I'm very
Yeah,
set in my ways when it comes to music, especially rap. But
yeah.
that's just me. Yeah.
So Ben
So
was just
creep.
confirming Creep, Gangster Puffs. The car counter was bad. It reminded me of The Kitchen with Michelle
Michelle
McCarthy.
McCarthy. I've never heard of that.
The Kitchen. Oh yeah. The Kitchen. It was that one with Tiffany Haddish, Melissa McCarthy,
Oh,
and
the comedy, right?
yeah, that comedy like they were gonna like steal at the same time or something like that. I don't
Damn, it
know.
reminded you of that. Jesus Christ.
That's definitely interesting because it's like two very different movies. I mean, both have. I think they're both had Tiffany Haddish. I think Tiffany Haddish
Yeah.
came out in that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. We need to watch the second one. He's talking about Creep 2. We have Manuel up in here. What's up, man? Um, damn, that's a shame. Oh well, I'm still gonna watch it. I think Paul Schrader's done enough for like
He
to
deserves the
he
watch.
deserves like hey let's all give it a try.
Yeah.
Um, the Clockwork Orange makes me
Oh my
butt
god.
locks
I think he's talking about the Blu-ray, right? Or
or the movie.
the movie
Yeah, my
the
buttocks.
actual movie itself. Dune, more Dune talk. Yeah, we should watch Dune. I agree. We need to watch it for the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
I
like,
love
I'm
to get
inviting
so.
myself.
Yeah, no, yeah, that'd be cool. It's been a while since Gangster Pup's been on the podcast, and he'll be actually debuting on the new, like, revamped podcast. Um, we have Ghostland, Prison of
Ghostland.
Ghostlands. Just trying to catch up to the comments here, guys. Clint Eastwood is never gonna
Retire.
retire, just like Nicolas Cage. Watch. Yeah, let's watch Cry Macho. Are you gonna watch it, Audrey?
I mean, I watched parts of it. Ben watched it, and I was like literally in the room, and I just could not really. I was like, it's just the same
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
And like I said,
I'll give it a shot.
if Clint Eastwood was like watchable, then I would like maybe want to watch it. But he doesn't bring the same thing he used to bring.
Yeah.
So.
Great acting in Pig, movie of the year. I think that's all our favorite film of the year so far.
Yes, I would agree. Nothing has topped that. Isn't that amazing? That's crazy, right? Oh my god.
And this week, watch Cry Macho. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, and then we're gonna fucking cry. No, I don't think so, dude. Pig made me cry so much. Yeah. Ben didn't really care for it.
Unfortunately, I didn't care for it. Not for me. I like this movie called Richard Jewell. Damn it! Which one's that one? Which one's that
Wasn't
one
that
again?
the one about the guy? What's his name? The one that wasn't it based on a true story? Or am I thinking of something else? I think I'm thinking of something else.
No, I think it was based on a true story.
I think
Richard
so
Jewell's
too.
film. Was it the? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's the one with the whole bombing situation. Directed by Clint Eastwood. Starring Sam Rockwell, Kathy Bates, John Hamm, Olivia Wilde, and Paul Walter Hauser.
I think
That was
movie,
definitely one that I was interested in.
Yeah, I think that movie won like a couple of awards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was definitely in awards consideration. So, what was I gonna say? I definitely want to watch it still because it seems like a bizarre, interesting story. I love the Mule though. Did you get to see that one?
Oh, I did watch that one. Holy shit, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I actually enjoyed that movie. Yeah.
I still have yet to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one was good. So yeah.
Then we have It's Better Than the Mule, and then Clint Eastwood Will Always Be the Man with No Name.
I need to watch The Mule. Another Rambo movie. What do y'all think? Oof.
I mean, spoilers, but okay, spoilers. Anybody who hasn't seen the last Rambo movie, doesn't he die?
Well, yeah, but we know that doesn't mean anything.
Rambo will never die. Imagine.
Yeah, people can come back from the dead. They do it all the time.
If Michael Myers can do it.
I mean, that's going to be a hard pass. Wait a minute. Hold on. This has nothing to do with Rambo, but did we even talk about the Matrix trailer on here?
We talked about the teaser, and I don't know if we got
I think I texted you about it.
Yeah, we texted about it, definitely, but we didn't, I don't think we fully addressed it on here. I don't know if you want to talk about it now. Or...
Yeah, I'm just going to like talk about it really quick because it just came to my head because, the trailer was a little bit underwhelming for me. Like it wasn't what I was expecting. I thought I was going to be super excited for it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wasn't. And I was honestly really sad to say that I didn't really like how Keanu Reeves looked. I wish he was cleaner cut. But these are all things that we've already heard. A lot of people have said that they think that he looks like John Wick. And he just kind of like walked onto the set of The Matrix and was like, all right, I'm ready.
He was shooting back to back in two different stages across from each other.
Yeah, it just... And then like the song was a little too like on the nose. Like I'm like, really? Like really? For real? And I think the fighting scenes did not look the same. They didn't look as badass. Keanu Reeves is moving a little bit slower, just saying.
There you go.
But I mean, I love him, but Jesus, like I was like, man, I was expecting something a little bit
He
better, honestly.
redirected a missile with his hands. What do you mean? I'm just kidding. Imagine.
I know. But yeah, so overall, I'm not too excited. I'm hoping that the movie will still have some like it. I'm hoping this trailer is kind of like a misdirection, kind of like where it's like we're showing you this, but that's not really what's gonna happen, kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Matrix trailer was dumb. I hated it. Yeah,
I think Audrey's there with you.
a lot of people, I think, agreed. I didn't hear too much of people being excited for it, to be honest. You can't have a Matrix without Hugo Weaving and Fishburne. Period. Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. I completely agree. But yeah, no. I think if it was done differently and it just really pulled on the strings of nostalgia, then I would have been excited for it.
Yeah.
But it didn't. So
Originally, I didn't like it either too. I think we texted about it. I know the look of Neil shouldn't matter too much, but for some reason, I when I think of Neil, I just think about that look he had, like the iconic, his hair slicked back, the glasses, the coat, and everything. So maybe they're saving that for the trailer. Maybe he's still stuck in the Matrix, and he does,
yeah.
he that's why he's all, like John Wick or some shit. Um, but and even the song too, the song choice was a little like kind of off. But I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I've heard other people that are excited about it. I think that's what kind of got me a little excited. I'm definitely interested. I'm definitely now intrigued. I was like, okay, cool. I definitely want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna watch it, obviously. And going on what you were saying, I think that's true. I think they're saving the big reveal for the movie. So I think that he's gonna go through the motions again, and then he's gonna become Neo again, and that's when he's gonna come out with the iconic look. So
Yeah.
that'll be cool. If that happens, then maybe I'll be content with it. But overall, the trailer was just kind of like, and I was excited for it.
And real quick too, I would agree too about Lawrence Fishburne. Like they brought back Trinity somehow, in continuity. I guess the game, one of
Yeah,
the games, I guess his character Morpheus dies, but
yeah.
it's like, dude, like fans would like to see that on screen if anything. You know what I'm saying? And like, since you brought back Trinity somehow, why can't you bring back Morpheus? Or maybe a lot of people are predicting, oh, this is a young Morpheus, but I think in that game he had a son with that girl from the
Mm,
third movie. So
mm-hmm.
maybe this is his son or something. I don't know if they're gonna
Maybe.
do that. That'd be a really cool, interesting thing too. But I don't know. I just again like when I think about Matrix, I think about those three main characters. Morpheus, Trinity, and Neo. So definitely interesting. I think it has all our interests, but we're just kind of like nervous. We're like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
like the last two. I think the second one was cool, but it's just I always thought like that was a setup movie. Like it had a
Yeah.
lot of like built up, and then like the third one just kind of like, well, that's why it makes me kind of think about the second one like, like. But I need to
Mm-hmm.
rewatch them. I haven't rewatched them in a long time, so
Yeah, have a
maybe
little
we'll do
bit
it
of
for the
a
podcast.
have a look. Yeah, have a we. Yeah, we're probably definitely gonna have like some special about it, and we'll go back and rewatch all of them. So that'll be cool. But yeah, I just wanted to touch upon that.
Yes. Thanks, Patrick.
The day after tomorrow too.
Two. Oh man, that's
They're
a
coming
guilty
up with
pleasure of mine.
another one,
I love that movie.
but they're coming out with another one.
I don't know if they're I haven't heard anything about it, but I think he's just saying like, hey, what about a day after tomorrow too?
Oh, I mean, I just
Um,
don't really see how that be possible.
I mean, I don't know. You never know.
Yeah, that was another movie that my God, my dad would watch all the time. So I'm just kind of like over it at this point.
I I love it. And anytime it's on cable or whatever, I try to watch it like once a year during like winter because it's cold and shit. So like
Yeah,
I don't know,
I
it's
mean
just
it's
something
good.
about it. Yeah,
It's got
longevity
no, it's got
or
what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal, obviously, and
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is always a fave of mine. I think he's kind of underrated. I really think he is. Like he comes out and stuff, and I think he could have done so much more. I feel I don't know,
yeah.
but
He
he's
reminds me of
he's good.
Kevin Costner for some reason.
Yeah, yeah, and Kevin Costner too. What's up with Kevin? Is he still doing stuff?
Yeah, he was just in that one movie with Diane Lane, Let Him Go or something like that. He would just made an appearance again in one of the baseball games. Remember, I don't know, we talked about it like Field of Dreams style. They had like the prop when
Oh,
he
that's
came out with the
right.
baseball. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I just always remember him from the fucking Bodyguard movie. I was a little kid
Oh
and I
yeah.
had a crush on him. I was like, oh my god, he's so
He's
cute.
a handsome fellow. He like I don't know why, but just in Man of Steel, when
Oh yeah,
that damn tornado.
you're just
Gosh.
like, god damn it.
And like he knowing that his kid could just save him, but he's like,
Oh,
no, he believes he's willing to die for his morals, and like that's I don't know. See, Man of Steel, everyone.
I need to rewatch that, dude. Because maybe I could pick up on that. Um,
We have
they will punk Keanu and then they will push a new boring character to replace Neo. What? I
I
like
don't know.
that.
I don't know.
Okay, so one more, we'll read this other one and then we'll talk about scenes from a
Scenes
marriage because
from
we still
Marriage.
haven't talked about it and we're already 40
View
minutes in.
view on Malignant. If you had a chance to catch the other one, Jordy, I think you chimed in a little bit, but we kind of did our review of Malignant
Yeah.
last week. I think general consensus was that I actually really enjoyed it. I can tell why a lot of people hated it. Like it's cheesy and it wasn't probably for a lot of other people. Some people really loved it though. Like fuck this,
It's definitely going to get a cult following.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
was like, kind of like, I think for me, I was just like, it's all right. It was okay.
yeah.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great.
Like if I was still rating, I'll probably give it a 3.5. Maybe like the lowest 4. The lowest ever 4.
The
But
lowest four.
yeah, but
That's
the
pretty good.
or like a good decent 3.5.
That's pretty fucking good, dude. I gave it like a 2.5 at the most. At the most.
Damn. Like the highest.
Emphasize on the at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan, to be honest. But who
Yeah.
knows? Like I said, maybe I think it will get a cult following for sure. So yeah, because I know it did have a good group of people that really enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
But switching
But
from
yeah.
horror to another sense of horror, because a lot of things in this episode, at least the first episode of scenes from a marriage.
Yes.
Okay, scenes from a
Or
marriage.
is it scenes of a marriage?
Scenes of a
No, it's
marriage. I
scenes
don't know.
from
Fact
I
checker.
think it's scenes from a marriage. I want to say it's. I always get it confused. I think
Okay,
it
we're
is
gonna be
scenes
talking
from.
about the HBO new
Yeah, scenes from
series,
a marriage. Okay.
with Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain. Um, Audrey has a connection with the first one. I think did you already touch upon the first one, the first series or movie? I think you did a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Well, I like I had mentioned before. Like I really loved that one. And so yeah, I was kind of like on the fence about watching this one, but I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna watch it. And I'm really glad that I decided to because, obviously I know that the original is like a complete like fucking it's like a legendary movie. It really set the tone for a lot of movies dealing with this. Like you have Marriage Story, you have a bunch of movies that have tried to or get inspiration from this original movie. So that being said, I think this one, this reimagining, is pretty good. And I think it all has to do with the acting. Like the acting is just top notch. I even told Ben, I was like, it feels like it doesn't feel cheap. It feels almost luxurious in a way. Like I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know if that's the word because just the set design I think is really cool. It's really interesting. I like the way it's shot. And
yeah,
like and all of this, it's a very adult show, obviously. So it's mostly all just what do you call it? Crap, I'm forgetting the word. Dialogue. It's all just talking. Like it's just literally people talking and the way that I think it's acted is really just setting it up for me. I really love Oscar Isaac in this. I think he's doing really good, and Jessica Chastain as well. I think she's good too. And it also has that other dude. He's the only other one that I recognized.
Corey Stoll,
He's come out in
Batman.
Marvel, right?
Yeah, Corey Stoll.
That's him, right? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. And I was telling Ben, I was like, I don't know why I imagined in my head that he played Lex Luthor in like one of the like one of the shows. But
Yeah.
Ben was like, no, he hasn't. And I was like, he would have been a great Lex Luthor, I thought. I always
Yeah.
thought that. I thought he would
Oh
have
yeah.
been so good. I don't know why they didn't do that. They fucked up.
Opportunity.
But that being said, John, I know you haven't seen the original one, but you
No,
did
no,
watch
no.
the first episode.
Yes.
So, what were your first thoughts upon watching it?
Well, I knew that this was from Ingmar Bergman.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that one again, like there's a cult following for him and everything. I'm pretty sure for like right reasons and stuff like that. So I mean, I didn't really know what I was getting into. Like I didn't know. I just knew it was going to be with Oscar Isaac, Jessica Chastain about like a marriage.
Yeah,
Like they're gonna have
literally.
marriage problems or something like that. But the way it started, spoilers if you guys haven't seen it, it started like she was an actress. I thought she was gonna be an actress or something like that, but
Oh.
it was kind of like a metaphor for like I guess she's putting on a show or something. It's like a facade or you
Mm-hmm.
know. Imagine it wasn't that they just they're not supposed to leave that in.
I know it was an
It's supposed to
accident.
start with her like texting or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just really, again, yeah, I will repeat everything you said. It's really well done for a show. Like again, HBO is always, they have endless budgets, I guess. It's really beautifully shot. Um, and yeah, the acting, obviously, both these guys are heavy hitters. The best villains in the X-Men universe come to. That's what I noticed. I was like, fuck, these people play villains. Even
I
with Corey
know.
Stoll, he was bad guy in Ant-Man, and then Oscar Isaac, weirdly enough, played fucking
I
Apocalypse,
know. Like, what the fuck? I
and
know.
then Chastain was the villain in the last X-Men. I didn't even know her villain's name. That's how bad that was. Not that she was bad, but
Yeah.
Um, so that was interesting. But I don't know. But in this one, obviously, they're more than that. Obviously, they probably just did that for a paycheck, whatever. Cool for them. But yeah, this one was like just like you felt a lot of it, obviously, and like you said, it's pretty much just dialogue, just scenes. Them, I thought it was like marriage therapy, but again, like he was just helping out one of his students or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. Then you had that dinner scene that is a lot of this stuff. Like I know, you know, it's relatable in some sense,
Yeah. Yeah.
and a lot of it is like you haven't personally gone through it, so but you can still kind of like see where everybody's coming from and everything. It's just I don't know why, just maybe it was the coffee or whatever, but I just found myself like fully fucking invested.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
glued to the screen. I was just like fuck, and then when they go to bed and everything like that, it's just I don't know. You're very much right. It's I feel like this is all just like setup like for the rest of the season, whatever. I'm interested in already to see episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just thought it was beautifully shot, greatly acted. The story's pretty strong so far.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I was trying to really like dissect it too. Like I was really paying attention to everything they were saying, especially in the beginning. And then I saw that little clip at the end where Jessica was like explaining some things about her
Oh,
character.
yeah.
And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, you see, I knew it. He didn't mention that he was a fucking like husband.
Yeah.
Like
Everyone,
I
you
knew
picked
that
up on
too.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben picked up on that too. He's like, why doesn't he say he's a husband?
Yeah.
Or. But yeah, it's such a good show. And honestly, dude, if you feel like that with the show, I think you would feel the same way with the movie, the original movie, because I keep calling it a movie, but it's a miniseries. But it's a movie because I literally you watch it like a movie. Anyways,
Kind of like
um,
the it one.
yeah, and I think I told you this when I watched it. I was like, honestly, it's 3 hours of people legit just talking. But I have never been so entertained
Yeah.
because the way it's set up, the way they're delivering, the way everything about it is just so good. And
Yeah.
it's so real and relatable and personable. And it almost feels kind of suffocating. Like when I was watching the second episode, which I don't want to spoil it for you, but the second episode gets a little like you're just like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I don't like it. Like it makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes you feel like you're kind of invading this couple's personal space because it just
Yeah.
feels so real. Like it doesn't feel like you're watching
That's a good thing.
actors, right? And it just anyone that has been in a relationship or married anything, like I think you'll find something relatable,
Yeah.
honestly, because I think it's just that, like I said, it's just such a relatable topic, and the way that they acted it out and everything, I thought was just amazing. And like I said, I did a little bit more investigating, and I read that the set design was also really important because they wanted to make it feel a specific way, kind of also like kind of like suffocating also, but in a way where they're kind of like a upper class, but they're not super upper class. Like they're kind of like in the middle, I guess.
Yeah.
Like they have money because she's like a really like important person in her job or whatever, and he's a professor, so you know that they're well off, but it doesn't come off that way. Like they don't feel snobbish, they still feel very like just like a regular kind of family, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know if it's just because I'm a sucker for these type of movies or these type of shows. I don't know. It's really good. But I think the acting has a lot to do with it. And I
Yeah.
think Oscar Isaac is just so good, and Jessica Chastain too. She's really good at being like kind of like uncomfortable too. Like in the first episode, she's like looks so uncomfortable, right? And
Yeah.
you're just kind of like, why are you acting like that? But then you figure out and you understand. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Ben's been watching it with me. He said scenes in a marriage had me glued to the screen too, completely engrossed in the conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I completely agree. So I'm really happy that you started watching it, and I want you to keep watching it. I was actually gonna tell you, I was like, dude, it would be amazing if you could watch the original just so you could have something to compare it to. But it is a pretty big movie because, like I said, it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
So I know that sometimes you don't have a lot of time, but
I'm
I
gonna need a
do.
whole day. I'm gonna take naps in between, probably.
Yeah, but I do definitely think you should watch the original just so you can have a comparison and you can know like where they're coming from, I guess, and where I'm coming from because yeah, it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. I so far I can totally recommend it that you give it a shot for sure. So,
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I'd highly recommend this for anyone out there too. Um, yeah, just like I would say, like a lot of twists, especially at the end
oh
where he's, oh
yeah.
yeah, it's something about 10 days. I was like, oh shit, no wonder. I thought literally it was like the next day, you
No.
know. But in that part, that ending, like I felt exactly how they were feeling because
Yeah.
I've never been in that situation, obviously,
Yeah.
but like I just I don't know. I understood where both of them were coming from, but you can understand like they were both like, well, I want this, but this at the same time I don't for like X and Y reasons. So
Mhm.
then they were said, okay, we're gonna go through with it, and that's why So at the end, you could tell. I don't know. I feel like these flipped scripts,
Yeah.
and that was really interesting. So I'm very interested to see how this show is where is it going to go and everything like that. So definitely, we found another show to like
To get.
anticipate weekly.
Yeah, and I was also gonna say that it's interesting because in this show, Oscar Isaac's character is kind of like the stay-at-home dad. He's more so the caretaker in this scenario, and Jessica
Yeah,
Chastain's character is the one that's like out there making the money. Um, and in the original, it's reversed. Obviously, like the wife is the one that stays at home with the kids, and he's like the one that works. So I thought that was interesting that they kind of decided to flip it to see from
yeah,
his perspective. So I think that's cool because nowadays I think that's even more common. Like you have
yeah,
more stay-at-home dads, you know? So it's interesting to see the dynamic or the struggle or how to like not emasculate him because I was telling Ben I was like it's kind of a slippery like it's kind of like hard I feel. I'm not I mean I don't really know cuz like I said I haven't been in that situation but I feel like it would be. So I think that's cool that they did that to kind of show that perspective.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I kind of want to watch this with my girl to see what she thinks because I
Yeah?
know she's gonna be like super like I know it's gonna get her too like invested like she like just glued. So
What's
I want to have one of
happening?
those.
I know, and it's so interesting because a lot of people won't watch it just because they don't want to get triggered. Because I told my friend the other day about it, and I was like, "Dude, you should really watch it. It's really good." And he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not down." He's like, "Cause I know it's gonna like trigger something in
Like
me, cause it has to
have
do with
these conversations
relationship."
with with
Yeah,
my girl.
with my partner or whatever, and it's like it is triggering. Cause if you're in a relationship, it is triggering. So I think it's cool. I like it though, but I think yeah, she would probably enjoy it, or
Yeah.
hopefully she would enjoy it. But yeah. um. Oh, I liked Malignant enough. Really grew on me towards the end. Really interesting.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I feel like the beginning was like it was like the first part especially, it was kind of like this bizarre sort of like back in 80s type of film where like it's just like what's happening? You can kind of see the silhouette of something,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just transitions into this like, abusive husband or whatever, and it's kind of like over the top, and it's I don't know, but anyways,
Yeah.
from coming to that towards like the whole ending, I thought it did a really good job in like amping up until like the
Yeah.
climax. You know.
I just can't get over that part. Like I was working it the other day and I saw that part where like I told you he's in the end and he's in the cage and I don't know, it makes me laugh. I just think it was
Oh
so
yeah,
funny. And even the people that were watching it, they were like cracking up cuz I don't know, something about it is just funny to me. But yeah, I agree. I think the ending is the best part. Like the last part is the best part. So, yeah.
yeah. Audrey, I don't know if you want to take this one.
What are some of the best looking Blu-rays? The first Avengers Blu-ray always blew me away in terms of picture quality. This is actually a very interesting question because I was going to say I think a lot of people don't think about what a Blu-ray looks like nowadays because no one really buys Blu-rays unless you're a cinephile or you're a movie lover like us that generally will purchase movies. You kind of give a shit about what it looks like, but most people probably don't even like. I know a lot of people haven't purchased a movie in like years. So that's an interesting question. But recently, I'm trying to think of what's the best looking Blu-ray that I've seen. I think the Spider-Man one was really cool. I don't know if it wasn't Homecoming. Was it Homecoming? No.
Far From Home.
Was that the one that had the like kind of like old school looking one? Old school cover? Let me look it up. Cause I'm gonna.
I'm trying to see like fuck which one's the one I last seen like newish.
Um.
Space Jam. No, just kidding.
Hey, you're the
Let me
one that
see.
buys them way more than I do. So.
I know I got a lot to say, but I'll say it after.
Well, no, you can go ahead. Cause I'm looking it up. No, it's not this one.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too because there was one specifically that I put in the Blu-ray for because I was like, you know what, I don't want to stream it, you know?
Or was it? Maybe it was the one for. I remember seeing one that I was like, oh, that's really cool. Maybe it was
I
Into
think
the
it's Far From
Spider-Verse.
Home. Oh, there you go, Scream 4.
Scream 4?
Yeah. Okay, so real quick, yeah, I mean it depends too on what setup you have in terms of the Blu-ray player or even if you have 4K. 4K is a little bit more tricky because a lot of TVs will advertise themselves as being like, "Oh, hey, this is a 4K TV," but it just doesn't have enough refresh rate. It isn't like super high end. It doesn't have OLED, HDR, so it's like very tricky when it comes to 4K. As far as Blu-ray goes, I feel like if you have like an HD TV, you'll be good. Um, if you have to play around with some of the settings, do it. But I think for the most part, in general, if you have a Blu-ray player, HD TV, pop into Blu-ray, depending on the quality and the transfer that they have. But again, like I just seen Scream 4 and I thought it looked really good.
Oh wait, okay, I misunderstood this question. Oh my god, I completely misunderstood this question, dude. I thought he was talking about like the cover. Like a cool cover, like the Blu-rays that have like the best
Oh,
cover.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
why I was like, wait, I was like, wait. Oh, you're actually talking about the way they actually look, like when you watch them? That's what
Yeah,
he's
I think
talking
he said
about.
in terms of
Picture
picture
quality.
quality. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I mean, honestly, for me, I mean, they all kind of look the same to me. I guess because I'm not an expert, and I don't have like a 4K TV, so yeah,
Yeah.
um, yeah. I don't
But
know. I
even with
can't really
something
answer
like
that.
the Terminator 2, that one's infamous for like the 4K transfer being trash. Like it just sucks. There's like a different like hue to the film, so it's like
Yeah.
everybody just gets the Blu-ray. So again, it just depends on the transfer. If they put in enough work, it's like if it's like supervised by the director, that's a big thing. I mean, I feel like that's why a lot of people like Criterion releases because it is approved by the directors, so they know what's in there, they know like everything they do with it and everything like that. So I would say that too. Criterion's so far, I haven't found one that doesn't look good. Even if it's like not full screen or foreign film or older film, I feel like they do a good enough job in preserving everything.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's like their whole thing. So
yeah,
I would
exactly.
hope so.
They have like 2K transfers, even some 4K transfers. Like I don't think that's Scream Factory, but there's the Bruce Lee collection that I have. I think it has like two 4K transfers and two and 2K transfers. So yeah.
Yeah. Um yeah, no. Like I said, for me, obviously I do notice when watch Criterions that they do look impeccable. But for Blu-rays, well, I think it's probably because I'm trying to think of like the last, like I didn't watch the Avenger Blu-ray. Like I've only watched them streaming. So maybe that's why, cuz I honestly I don't like I didn't run out and buy those. So, yeah, I think the only one that we have, honestly, like Marvel, I think it's only like Spider-Man, like one of the Spider-Mans. I don't have any of the Marvel ones. And Ben hasn't purchased them either. So, I should say. What?
No, I was gonna say something.
You're going to say, how
I was
dare
gonna say,
you?
well, I have them.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So, I think you're like the expert in this because, yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think it was either Homecoming or Far From Home when we were rewatching it, the Avengers movies. Yeah, I popped in the 4K and it looked beautiful, even
Yeah.
though it's not one of my favorite Marvel films, but it looked great.
Yeah.
Um,
So
Again,
then
it
you
just
think
all
it's
depends on a lot of
worth it?
things. Yeah, I mean, especially for like big action movies, you get yourself a soundbar, a decent enough TV, and on a 4K player, and you get a great viewing experience. It's not obviously like the movies. Nothing will ever be like the movies unless you
Right.
have an actual fucking theater in your home.
I want an actual
Um,
movie theater.
I know that's like the dream,
Yeah.
or to even own a theater.
I really want to own a theater. I want to open up a theater. I think that'd be dope.
That would be that. That's I don't know, Alex. If
You
you're watching,
you could come to the opening with the little where you have to cut the ribbon. I've always wanted to do that. Anyways, yeah, I'm not the person to ask that because yeah, I don't really like get like the Blu-rays for big movies like that where I feel like it would make a huge difference. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, warning, watching scenes in a marriage from a marriage with your significant other has the potential to turn into couples therapies, sorry, / heated debates and arguments. LOL.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe I
it's
don't want
true.
to watch it with my.
I mean, shit.
No, well, I know it's like we're not like she's not like easily like, oh, what
She's
would
not.
you do in that situation, huh?
She.
Like,
I am. I am.
oh
I'm
shit,
like, what would you do? And then yeah.
sorry,
But that's
Ben.
just because I like. That's just because I like to talk. I like to get, and that's the thing for me. I like to have debates. I'm a really good like I like that. Like that's why I like movies that have a lot of like dialogue because I like hearing different people's opinions. I like hearing their points of view. So for
Yeah.
me, it's all about the debate. I'm not looking for an argument, so to speak. I'm just looking for the debate and the
Ugh,
conversation.
I hate when girls say that. I'm not looking for an argument. No, I'm just kidding.
It's true. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Like, why would I want an argument? I don't like to be arguing. I just, like I
Ben,
said,
chime
I
in.
like the. He's gonna say the opposite. He's gonna be like, oh, bro, she loves to argue. But I think that's just a guy thing. I think guys perceive it as that you're arguing when you're really. I tell him all the time. I'm like, I'm not arguing. I'm literally just I want to talk. But yeah, I would agree. It is a little bit triggering. It is a little bit triggering. Just gonna say that right now. All Blu-rays look the same. How dare you, Greta Thunberg? I know. I'm telling you, I'm not the person. I'm not to ask these questions because
Yeah.
the movies that I buy are usually really old movies, and sometimes I don't even buy the actual Blu-ray. So that's
Yeah.
John's department. John is the Blu-ray guy. So yeah.
Nah.
She
Nah, just
tries to
kidding.
trap me into fighting. I refuse. What a liar! Putting me on the spot like that. Just kidding. The
The
problem with older
problem.
movies remastered in Blu-ray is that some scenes can look great while others look blurry.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's it. Like you have to pay attention what company does what too, because a lot of people go, oh, this is remastered or whatever, but it's also depending on what's shot on what. Like something like The Dark Knight wasn't fully shot on IMAX, and you can tell when it's like on IMAX and all that stuff. So it's like it just really depends how they edit everything together and fluidly and everything like that. So, but for the most cases, I haven't found a lot of 4Ks that look terribly bad.
Yeah.
Um, I probably should like go on to review like Blu-rays and stuff like that, the picture quality and stuff.
Imagine. Look at this part. That'd be cool. I mean, I'm sure
But
there are people that do that, right?
yeah, there's definitely channels there out there who dedicate to like, hey, reviewing like this 4K transfer of a movie and stuff like that. So I mean, but for the most part, I mean, yeah, like everything that I've seen depends on your setup too. Just make sure you're if you are looking into getting like 4K, make sure you do your homework.
Yeah.
OLED, from my understanding, I don't have 4K to spend on a TV, so OLED for
Yeah.
me, like from my understanding, is like the best way to go. Um, but
Do
my
you
4K TV does enough.
I have a question. What do you think about people that get like projectors? Like they just use their phone to project the movie on the screen. Would you like that? Do you like how that looks? Are you not down? Does-
I don't really know a lot too much about projecting. I do know there's like 4K projectors,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I feel well because like technically in the movies it's projection too,
Right.
and it
Right.
looks incredible. But it's just, I mean, who has enough money to buy something like that?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, people just get like a cheap projector and they just use their actual phone to like project the movie. So it's not great quality. It's just more so, I guess, for the experience or the look. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, like I guess like one of those like if let's put it in our backyard or
Yeah.
whatever. But like
Yeah.
I'm not against that. I think that's fun for like certain type of movies too. Like let's say you go to a Halloween party and they have a projector
Yeah.
outside with Hocus Pocus, original Halloween
That'd
or
be
whatever.
cool.
Um, that's cool. But like if you're for me, even the drive-in, like if you're trying to watch, like I'm not gonna go watch Dune for the first time at a
Oh
drive-in. I'm
no.
sorry, like
No, no. Oh no, no, no. That would be bad. I think
yeah,
I think I also watched like a scary movie at the drive-in and it was terrible because it was so dark. You
yeah.
couldn't see shit. I was like, I don't even know what's happening right now.
They
But
are
yeah.
getting better, like especially the Mission Tiki the last summer when they had that whole like drive-in road show type of thing. I thought they did a good job in picture quality, but still, it's not like the same. Like especially like you said, especially with horror movies because they tend to be a little darker. You
Yeah.
can't really see everything, and you know. But yeah, like if you're watching something like Evil Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you've seen those films before. It'll be fun to watch it at the drive-in, but not for the first time.
Agreed. Completely agreed. Or it might be a good experience for people. I don't know. It could go either way.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think we can jump into the other show we're obsessed with right now.
Yeah, the morning show with Jennifer Anderson and Reese Witherspoon, season 2. First 3 episodes dropped. Not just kidding.
I was like, what? I was
I'm
like,
just
what are you
kidding.
talking about? I was like, who and who? Wait, but there is a show like that, huh?
No, yeah, it's natural. Season 2 is coming out, but I was just like messing with you. Like,
Because I saw a clip of it and I was like, what is this? I was like, I didn't even know that they were coming out with a show.
I mean, I love the
Um,
cast. Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Steve Carell's in there as well. Billy Crudup, my boy Dr. Manhattan is in there. Even Mark Duplass from Creep, he's in there.
oh, okay. Cool.
So it has a good cast. Has been winning awards, but the one we're actually talking about is
Dun, dun, dun,
where is my list,
dun.
Audrey? There you go. Only Murders in the Building, episode 6 dropped last night, and I almost was this close to forgetting, but Audrey reminded me.
We're learning. You see,
We're
we're
learning.
learning.
Ben, you put us,
After how many years we've been doing this?
since 2017, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus Christ, guys, we've been at this for a while. But yeah, it dropped yesterday, and I was super excited. And you know what?
Spoilers.
Spoilers, yes. Um, I was super excited because I really enjoyed the last episode, episode 5. And I was actually surprised because you were like telling me it's a little bit slow, like it's good, but it's just a little bit slow. And I honestly thought the opposite. I thought it was so good. I don't know why. I really enjoyed that episode.
Yeah.
And I actually felt that this episode 6 was a little slow. So
Well, I feel like the last one, like nothing really happened. Like they were just following her, and they ended up at that shop, and that's it.
I know, but it was just so entertaining to
Yeah, it
like
was
that
entertaining.
point.
I just meant like story wise and like
Yeah. They get the what were they called? The yard boys? They meet the yard, was that what they're called? The yard boys or something? The guys that
oh, the ones
drive
that had a
them?
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About plants and stuff. I thought that was so cool. But yeah, so keeping on with this, and yes, spoilers. This show has been really good. Like honestly, like I think it's getting better. I think it's finally kind of like getting picking up a little bit, but like I said, this last episode I felt like kind of slowed down for me, but it still gave us a little bit of information.
We have a new suspect.
We have a new suspect. I know. And yeah, so overall, what did you think of this episode, John?
I liked it. I think I agree with you in the sense of like, I feel like this one had not a slower pace, but it kind of like, it didn't seem like it was only like 20 something minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if you
yeah.
want to, should we recap it? Because I feel like we should.
Yeah. I mean, it starts off where we left off, right? They're in that jewelry store. Apparently, Mabel has a mom. Who knew that?
Yeah. Well,
So
they're at
she
a
comes
tattoo
in.
shop. They're at Maple's cousin's tattoo shop.
Oh, it's a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
I
And
just thought jewelry because of they
yeah, she
laid it on the
dumps the
table.
jewelry on the table. Apparently, Tim Kono was after a specific piece of jewelry, which in this episode we learn belonged to the girl that died, that got thrown off the building. But yeah, Mabel has a mom, and apparently she was like super pissed that she's still trying to like figure this out, and she's hanging out with these two older men, which I don't know, but I thought that was kind of rude because I was like, lady, if my daughter was hanging out with like two older men and I knew it was nothing like obviously like disgusting, like pervy, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she was totally against it. She was like, I can't believe that you guys are like trying to like
Oh,
get
Latin
her
moms.
involved.
You know.
Yeah, I know. But that being said, we see them go through that. And then like Mabel and the guy, what's the guy, tie dye guy? What's his real name? I don't know his real name.
Tie-dyed guy.
I call him tie dye guy. Yeah, they like share a moment. They kiss, which we knew was gonna
Finally,
happen.
because
Yeah.
since the first time they met, you feel this sexual tension between them.
I know. I was like, Jesus Christ, just like sleep with each other already. My God. But yeah. So I'm kind of suspicious about him. I still don't know exactly what his deal is.
Oscar. His name's Oscar.
Yeah. I still don't know exactly what his deal is. I don't know if he has something more to do with it than he's leading on. He probably is, to be honest.
I feel like he definitely knows more. I feel he definitely knows what happened that night. She got the friend got thrown off the window of the building or whatever.
I think he knows who did it. If not that he did it or Tim Kono did it, we don't know.
Yeah,
I have no idea. But yeah, and then their podcast is starting to pick up. They have more downloads, they have subscribers, and
well, because they were mentioned on Jimmy Fallon. Tina Fey's character is back, and that's why Nathan Lane's character calls them up, and they thought it was something to do with the money. Maybe I think his name is Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna get cut off and stuff like that. And he shows them that clip of Jimmy Fallon, how Tina Fey was kind of like, oh, they're kind of like a joke or whatever. But I mean, any publicity
It's good
yeah,
publicity.
good
Yeah.
publicity. So that's why they started getting a lot of downloads and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. And then they
And
got
then
another check from Teddy as well.
yeah, and Teddy goes on to say this like really sad story
Oh
about,
yeah,
or a good story. It's not a sad story, but like a really uplifting kind of story about his like grandmother. And then all of a sudden, like
his
he turns
Yaya.
out, yeah, and then all of a sudden it turns out to him being a suspect. So,
Yeah,
and I was like, no, not Nathan Lane. I love him.
yeah,
But I mean, it makes sense. I guess that they would make him a suspect because he's rich and
yeah.
powerful. Um, but yeah, overall, I think they're still killing it. Martin Short and Steve Martin, they're great. However, hot take, and I know that you're gonna say that it's just me being like,
You hate
me,
her.
but Ben agrees with me. So, we're not really feeling Miss Selena Gomez in this. We're just not. We're not feeling her. She's not. She's not it. She's not.
So, anyways, guys, no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just
Honestly,
kidding. I'm like,
I just I didn't grow up with Selena Gomez like a lot of people in Wizards of Waverly Place, which I know is like her big thing.
yeah,
And she's done other stuff. And she's never really like bugged me, but I've never been a fan. But with this show, I thought that she was gonna do better, and at first I was like, oh okay, like I kind of like she's okay. But the more and more I watch it, she's just so like there. She's just bland. Like I feel like she doesn't really bring anything
yeah.
to the
That's why I
show.
was gonna use bland,
She's very bland. She's very like monotone. Like she doesn't have a lot of like
like Chris Stuckman.
yes. And I don't like it. I just don't like that. I it kind of and I told Ben I was like, isn't it hard to believe that this girl is a singer? Like she sings for the love of God. She should have more I mean, but
Emotion,
more
expression,
emotion, more
more.
expression, more variety in her voice. But she doesn't even have like a variety in expression. She's just very like the way she delivers her lines is very just like, hey, like yeah, like this
Maybe
is the
that's the
most you're gonna.
character. I don't know.
I mean, but you're putting her with two
I
people like
know.
Martin Short and Steve Martin, and you're kind of like, come on now. Like I told
Yeah,
Ben, I was like, I think this would have fit someone a little bit more spunkier, not too spunky, because then that would have been annoying, but someone with a little bit more like I don't know, some sort of like charisma. I don't know how to say it.
yeah. A little bit more acting chops.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's the only kind of like the one that I've seen that this year I'm not a fan of. She's just I'm not here for her,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I think I agree with you somewhat too. Like, I'm definitely in it and more invested for like the other characters, for Steve Martin, Martin Short.
Yeah.
She's just a cool little addition. I think her character's more like intertwined with what's going on, so that's why we see a lot of her and stuff like that. But I think I get it. I think because once you were telling me that, like, yeah, she hasn't really had a scene where she's oh okay, like we understand her, we feel for her,
Mhm.
or something, even though she has like this past or whatever. But yeah, even that episode with where you get a little bit more with Steve Martin when he goes on a date,
Mhm.
and why he sees those Looney Tunes, because it's like what the fuck,
Yeah.
like why is he seeing it? But even when
That was
that's
fucking
explained,
weird.
yeah, and like when they go away, I was like, oh shit, like he's letting go and everything, like
Mhm.
like it's really cool. But with her, even how involved she is with everything else, it's still kind of like okay.
Yeah. It's just not it's just you don't I don't really feel like a connection to her at this point, which I feel
Yeah,
like I should. And I still don't. Like, I don't really care about her character as of right now. And she is a big part of the
yeah,
story. She literally like involved in it. So that's kind of shitty, but I think Martin Short and Steve Martin and all the other characters kind of pick up the slack.
yeah,
So I feel like I almost feel like Martin Short is kind of like not I don't want to say overcompensating, but he's kind of like being himself, and he seems like he's way out there when he's really not. That's just how he is in his
yeah,
acting capabilities. But since Selena Gomez and Steve Martin are a little bit more like, you know, he just seems bigger than life. But I'm here for it.
I love that dude. Like he's still to this day. He's like, oh, like every time he's, oh, can you say that again or something? Like
I
even
know.
though that's the thing we see almost every episode. It's still for
It's
me
just so good.
hilarious.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
still so funny. I really enjoy him. I think he's amazing. And like I said, I really honestly, if it wasn't for them, this would have been a flop.
yeah. Because that's again what I think caught both our interests at first, like that cast. Because again, they don't. Unfortunately, they're not doing a lot. So it's like
Yeah.
okay, when they're doing this, especially it's like a who done it episodic series again. I just thought it would be a good like just I like things where it's kind of like an odd couple. So it definitely seemed weird like they
Mm-hmm.
were gonna be with Selena Gomez. But definitely I think I agree with you. Maybe a little an actress with a little bit more like experience or whatever, because she hasn't really done a lot. But
Yeah.
like I don't hate her, but again, I don't love her. And
Yeah.
I think like you said, since she's a big part and it connected a lot to the story, like it's we should have been a little bit more invested in her, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not there yet. But maybe I will towards the end. Who
Yeah, and
knows?
hopefully, because yeah, it's still more of like episodes, 4 more episodes left. And the show opened with her near another dead body, which we still have no explanation of. It's still like
Oh, I know. I
weird, like
know.
what the fuck
Where's
happened?
and
Like
she
what?
says it's not what it seems, and you're just like, of course it's not.
Or maybe it is. Dun, dun, dun. Just kidding.
Yeah, I know. But we'll just have to keep watching. And if you guys have watched it, let us know what you guys think. I feel like a lot of you haven't, but if I'm wrong, let me know. I really am curious to know what you guys think about it.
And if you guys haven't, I mean, still check it out. Even if you heard like any spoilers or whatever, it's still we still don't talk about too much. You know what I'm saying? And it's still worth a watch. It's still funny. It's still like if you like that whole type of vibe of who done it and everything like that, I feel like it fits perfect for this time of season. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just you can keep up with us weekly and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yep. And another show that John started watching that I was on him for the longest time about was What We Do in
The
the Shadows.
Sopranos. And I
Have you been watching it, or did you just
think I
watch the
watched like two
first?
more two more episodes. I think the
Okay.
last one I can remember of was when I think it ended with Jonah Hill's sister,
Oh
like she
yeah,
was sick and
yeah.
because she
She
got
becomes a
bit by the
vampire.
girl. Yeah. So I think that's the last episode I seen, and it was just I love that the character the he just bores you to death. What's his
Oh
name?
yeah, Colin Robinson.
Yeah, he's just
Colin Robinson.
I just love their whole banter together, like the whole mixture of them
It's just
together.
so
Like
deadpan. I know. And Lanzalo's great, and Naja's great. I fucking love it. Yeah, it's great.
yeah.
I'm
So
really happy that you're watching it.
I'm still early season one, and I'm very much enjoying it. It's just I have to get back to it, but and I'm glad that like the show I'm current with Only Murders in the Building, and I just need one more episode for only scenes from marriage, and I could just watch like that one whenever I have like spare time. So I'm
Yeah,
definitely booked.
yeah, yeah. So I have a whole nother list that I'm gonna send you, so you can watch. I'm just kidding.
Oh shit! God damn it!
We were like, no, no more,
Look at
please.
these are all the shows I want to watch.
Oh Jesus
The Handmaid's
Christ.
Tale, The Leftovers, The Sopranos, Only Murders in the Building, What We Do in the Shadow, Ted Lasso, Alex, Mr. Corman, Alex,
Alex,
and then
I'm gonna watch that.
Heels and Why the Last Man.
Damn,
Those are all
you
the ones I
are
want to watch.
booked. I still have a lot of movies that I need to watch. I actually finished watching. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't. I was gonna say I finished watching all of the Friday the 13th movies, but I haven't. We watched the first, second, third, and fourth. Did we watch the fourth one? I think
The
we watched the
fourth
fourth one.
one is with. Don't tell me the little kid at the end, right?
Okay, then no, I didn't watch the fourth one.
Ooh.
I watched the third
Wait, no,
one.
no. I could be wrong then. I could be wrong because, like, again, it's like, what was the last one? Like, what? Explain
The
to me a little
last
bit.
one is like they're like teenagers. I mean, honestly, it's the same shit. That's what I told Ben. I was like, it's literally
Yeah.
the same exact story. Kids,
Until
horny kids having sex, getting murdered.
that's why I'm
The
saying like it starts to actually have a story
until
in one of
when?
them. That's what I'm saying. I think it's the episode four.
See,
The fourth
the
one
fourth
or the
one.
fifth one. Yeah.
Because he doesn't even get his mask until the third one, which I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has like a sap.
He doesn't get a mask until the third one, guys. But yeah, I'm still, I mean, I can't say I'm a fan. Like I said, I want to like it. Yeah, like I want to like it, but it's really just kind of redundant at this point. Like I was like, it's literally the same thing. I was like, I'm
You can
not.
tell like that's like the early like, oh shit, this is a hit. Let's make more of him.
Yeah, exactly. Because people are probably like, they're never gonna get tired of seeing kids get slaughtered, but I just want it to have more of a story. So that means I have to watch the fourth one to get that.
I think so. Let me see, because I'm forgetting like again because they can be all like mixed in, so it's like you can kind of forget what is what.
Yeah.
But I feel like you'll like the last ones at least because they get a little bit more gnarly
Hell yeah.
and the kills
More
get.
gnarly.
Audrey.
Oh my god, look at that box set, dude. That's heavy duty.
Let me see. If Jason still haunts you, you're not alone. Friday the 13th, Part 5. A new beginning.
Is it a new beginning?
Okay, yeah, the fourth one, the final chapter. It's really not the final chapter, though.
I know. There's still several, in fact.
So, again, I would say it starts in the ending of that one connects to this. So, really, the fifth one.
Okay. Okay. So I have to keep watching. I have to keep, like, chugging through
Yeah.
them.
It's just mindless. Like, okay, I like some of the kills, but, you know.
Would you have them on, like, are those on heavy rotation for your Halloween movies that you watch?
No, maybe like the first one, just because again, like it's the first Friday the 13th, and like that's the one I've seen the most, other than Freddy versus Jason and like the newer one and stuff like that. But definitely like Halloween, Scream, few of the Nightmare movies, you know, Trick or Treat,
Yeah.
Top Gun. Not just kidding.
Of course.
But speaking of horror movies, in real quick, I did go to the theaters yesterday, like I told you.
Oh, yeah. Where'd you go see?
And I went to go see Candyman. Ooh, Audrey.
Finally.
Finally, you know, we wanted to watch The Night House, but that one was all the way in Ontario, and like it's kind of far.
Hmm. Not
So
that far.
we went to Montclair since it's right here. It's more convenient. That's what I like about it. It's convenient. You can just literally drive down. So we went there. We watched Candyman, and I actually really enjoyed it.
I forget. Did you watch the original?
That's the thing, because there was a constant theme throughout the show where like, oh, like the original, or I watched the,
Yeah.
you know. So haven't seen the original.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think you should definitely watch the original.
Yeah.
And then I think you'll enjoy the second one. But I mean, if you liked it already, that's cool. It's not
I
like.
really,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I know, just real quick, I really like the references towards the first one,
Right.
even though I haven't seen it.
Right. So did it make you want to watch the first one?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's really good, and I agree with you about how they kind of like reference the older one. I like how they did it. It's very like methodical. And isn't the little like puppet things cool?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was really cool,
Yeah, I
especially
liked
like
it too.
how the context of like the story and stuff like that. It was still like, even though it was just like shadow figures, it was still like, oh shit, you can tell, like when the girl goes into the fire. I was like, oh
Yeah,
shit, you know, like instead of actually seeing it, you can only they make you
imagine it.
use, yeah, like your imagination.
And when you think about it, Candyman is a
It's already twice that
really
we said it. Don't say it again.
I know. Um, when you think about it, he is such a unique and cool horror icon, which I think he doesn't get enough credit. Like I
Yeah.
know he definitely has. Definitely a cult following to the original, and yes, like people acknowledged that it was a really like breakthrough movie when it came out. But I'm like, damn, dude. Like when I thought about it, I was like, he is really, really good. He's really important. I like what he symbolizes in a way. I really think that it's cool. I like the ending of the new one when he says his whole like little I don't want to
Yeah.
call it a
The,
speech, but he says his
the
little
church.
like um no, like when the girl summons him at
Oh,
the
okay.
end, and it's the new one.
Spoilers.
Yeah, and it's like the new one circling. I thought that was really cool. I really liked it too. It gave me like chills. Um,
Doesn't
but
he say like
yeah,
tell everybody?
yeah, it's just
Oh,
like it's really, I don't know. It's like pretty iconic.
yeah, it's very
It's
like you said,
important.
unique.
It's important too because I we always think of horror icons that kind of kill innocent people, right?
Yeah.
Like unsuspecting victims, or like people that you have the people that like are unsuspecting, and then you have the people that like kind of went looking for trouble. Like the teens that like kind of go to remote cabins and like they mess with shit.
Like
Like
you
we
had it
are,
coming. Come
yeah,
on.
like we already kind of know that narrative of a horror movie. But with Candyman, it's cool because he's a vengeful horror icon, I guess. Like he's more
Yeah.
about vengeance, and because what had happened to the original one is just so terrible, and what he represents is just like people getting killed for senseless reasons. So I think it's kind of like, I don't know. I think it's really cool. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. It's definitely not gruesome either. My girl came out saying like, yeah, it creeped me out. Like it wasn't like there wasn't too many jump scares, but it creeped her out, and me too. Like that's definitely something you don't see now, especially like in big budget. Like you even in
yeah,
The Conjuring, there's a lot of jump scares, and it kind of relies on that. And I really like horror films when it's like it just gets to you, and it's not necessarily almost like horror, but it makes you uncomfortable.
mm-hmm,
But like you said, at the end of the day, like at the end of the movie, I was rooting for him.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and yeah, I just think it was like beautifully shot. The score, when there was a score, was pretty cool.
yeah,
I liked all the shots, even though I feel like they could have done it a little bit more, but I still liked what they did with all the mirror stuff.
yeah,
I liked that. And again, like it just a lot of stuff was like off camera, so it made you like just think about what was going on, which I thought was pretty cool too, because
yeah,
it just didn't make it like a gore fest for
yeah,
just for the sake of it being a gore fest.
yeah.
But I really like the performances all around. Again, Yahya Mateen,
Mm-hmm.
what's his name? Yahya Abdul Mateen. Um, he's been just fucking great in everything that he's in so far, and like I'm excited to see him as the next Morpheus or whatever he is. He looks like he's going to be the next Morpheus or whatever. But so far he has not missed in anything that he's been in. So I really like him. I really like that whole concept of like again spoilers like him becoming, you know,
Yeah,
Candyman
yeah,
or a new one. I really
yeah,
like that. It's also but it's also like tragic at the same time.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you there too. Like you always hear about Freddy's and the Leatherfaces and all, rightfully so. But like Candyman is always like he'll be there in like the horror pictures when it's like a compilation of everybody.
I mean, not even like sometimes. Like I was trying to think. I was like, I've never seen like a shirt of him. I've never seen a mug of him. I've never seen him like really super like in like mainstream, horror icon. And I
Yeah,
think I think he should
he's
be
in the
because
Boogeyman, the DVD that I showed you.
oh yeah, yeah,
So I've seen like a little bit of the first one. I think isn't there like a second one too?
of Candyman.
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't
know.
know. Is there? I don't know.
I think so,
But I
but
think it's a really, I think it's worth the watch for sure. And it's crazy because it's just so relevant to today as well, like the what it's about and stuff. So I was just like,
subject matter.
damn, yeah, I was like, damn, this is crazy. Um, and it was just really, I felt like it was really artistic too.
Yeah,
So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I think everyone should have gone to watch that if you're a horror fan,
and I
or
think
even
it's
if you're not.
streaming now.
I even told my parents because my parents were like, "Well, my mom was kind of like, oh, it looks like a boogeyman type of thing," and I was like, "Well, yeah, he kind of is." I was like, "But there's more to him than just like killing."
Yeah, he
And
doesn't like again, like you said, he doesn't just kill just for the fuck of it.
yeah, so I think a lot of people, if they knew that, they would probably even go watch it even more,
Yeah,
because a lot of people walking out of the theater, like the younger crowd, I heard of them, oh, it wasn't even scary. And I'm like, it's not about that.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, definitely. I really got that, and that's what I liked about it. It's not just scary
Mhm.
just for the like sake of it, and doesn't. It's not the obvious scares either. It's just more of like the iconography, I guess, or just like the picture of it or the thought of it. Like it just
Mhm.
really like creeps you out. And I think that's lost nowadays. Everybody just goes for the jump scares, and
Yeah, everyone just wants to get like literally gore or like a jump scare type of moment. So, subtle horror is kind of like boring to a lot of people,
yeah,
which is kind of a tragedy because I'm like, when people tell me stuff like that, it makes me think one or two things. Either one, they're not that invested in the story to even like let their imagination go with them. Two, they're very, what's the word, superficial in a way, because they just, like you said, want jump scares and blood gushing everywhere. Because when you have horror movies, like I can think of even like modern ones like The Witch, a lot of people, that movie was very divisive because a lot of people were saying that it was not scary at all. Like there was nothing like scary about it. But then you had those people on the other side that really think it, yeah, it was like it was a horror movie. It is a horror
like
movie.
me,
Yeah.
or I
You
think like
think,
us.
yeah, that you do consider it a horror movie, even though there was really no blood shed in that movie. I can think of like maybe like one scene where there's like a little bit of blood. Um, but yeah, I always think that's interesting because I'm like, well, what is it like? Is it maybe that we just kind of like let our imaginations go along with it more? Or I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. Or maybe
Yeah,
those people just want a specific kind of horror and they didn't
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
So
It's subjective. Again, you're right. Like everybody can be expecting something, but you also have to like, I don't know. I was gonna say you have to have the appreciation for it at the same time, but for the general movie going audience, I don't think they're gonna be leaving this like, oh hell yeah, let's have a second one, or like go see
yeah.
Candyman, like
Or you see like even like this new movie that's gonna come out, Lamb. And honest to
yeah, I
God,
saw the
dude.
trailer for it again.
Honest to God, I want to watch that movie, but I don't at the same time because I feel like it's gonna fuck me up.
Something about it already seems like fucking sinister.
Yeah, it just seems eerie, like comical at the same time because I think it's kind of funny. Like some of the parts, I'm like, that's pretty funny, but at the same time, it kind of like creeps me out, and I'm like, I don't know if I want
Yeah,
to watch it, but I do want to watch it. It's just a constant like battle of back and forth. But yeah, I'm glad that you watched it finally. I'm glad that your girlfriend liked it too. That makes
yeah,
me happy. One more thing that
yeah.
I wanted to say before we wrap up is I've also been watching on Shutter. I think you started watching it too. It's that like Eli Roth special where he goes into different like horror like themes. Like he does like slashers and demons and all that. Did you ever watch that
I
on
don't
Shutter?
think so.
It's like a show,
Yeah,
well, like a series,
Eli Roth's something, right? Like fucking
like horror or something. Yeah.
yeah,
I've been watching that. I watched the whole first season, and then a second season came out, and I watched the second season. I completely like binged it just because I loved it. I think it's super cool. He just has like different like obviously icons, or directors that do horror, and they just kind of talk about all these like horror movies that have made history, and yeah, it's a cool watch. They're like I think like 30 minutes or an hour,
yeah.
so something nice and short if you want to watch something like that on Shutter. Shutter promote me. I'm just kidding.
I know.
Or
Sponsor
sponsor
us,
me.
Shutter, please. We've mentioned you a lot in the
Shutter.
past.
We're begging you here. Just kidding. But yeah, I that's another thing that I just want to mention.
Yeah. I wanted to say something too, but I completely blanked about it. It was like something I was watching too. I don't know. Well, yeah, Neil DaCosta, director of Candyman. Really makes me excited. Again, I mean, I'm glad that she's doing a Marvel movie. She's gonna get paid. Cool for her. And that one, the Marvels isn't like horror related at all. I don't
Yeah.
think so. So like, but I don't know. I'm excited for her again, but I want her to see what she's gonna do next after that. And also, I'm not sure if it was just me. It was produced by Jordan Peele, and he helped
Mhm.
write it. Um, did you hear some of the same like score
Yeah.
as I think like Get Out or I think it was Get Out or Us, like the same kind of like orchestral like
Yeah.
chanting or something.
Yeah.
So do you think they're gonna connect it or somehow, or this just like a coincidence? Maybe
I
the
don't
same
know.
composer.
I think it's just because it has Jordan Peele's influence.
Yeah.
I think that's why. Because it definitely feels like a Jordan Peele movie. I thought.
Oh yeah, one
For
hundred percent.
So I don't know. I don't know if that would be interesting. I don't think so. I think it's just because he, like I said, he's involved. But that would
Yeah.
be interesting. If they like connected it in some way.
Yeah,
That
because
would
I
be
could have
crazy.
sworn I it's like it's almost like the same type of like score. Like, and I was like, wait,
Mhm.
isn't this from Get Out or Us?
Have
It's
you
like
searched it to see if that's the
I
case?
was just doing it right now. What was I gonna say? And it's not the same one. Robert A. Lau, music by
That's interesting.
Let me see music.
They must just have similar taste.
Yeah. Hmm. I'm reading a little bit. Okay, never mind. I'm getting off. I'm like getting into it right now. Like
You're
I'm
going
reading
into the
about it.
investigation.
Yeah. But no, okay. Yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for stopping by and
It was a
joining
good
us for
episode.
this, I guess, new episode or the first episode of the Real Talk Live. Again, this one is going to be continuing to be exactly this. It's just going to be me and Audrey chatting with you guys in the live comments and the chat and everything like that. Um, just kind of, talking about whatever comes up and be on the lookout for a return of the podcast, which is going to be pre-recorded. We're going to get on there. There's going to be weekly topics that you guys can follow, and we're going to be promoting a lot of that stuff and also featuring a lot of you guys' answers too. We're going to rely a little bit on you guys to like answer and kind of follow along with what we're doing. So that should be
Yeah.
fun. That should give you guys like, I guess, quote unquote homework for the week, or just really kind of having a lot of you guys' thoughts and opinions on the show too. So definitely tune in for that. Again, follow us on social media for more announcements on the Real Talk podcast. But yeah, and again, tune into like the first few minutes of this one to get a little bit more information too on what we're gonna do and why this one's called the Real Talk Live, not the Real Talk podcast. So, but yeah, it was a good episode. We did talk about a lot. We have James Pond, No Time to Care.
I got
Uh,
mad question.
yeah, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We're gonna be more active there, and we're definitely gonna have like topics of the week that it's gonna be our main question for the podcast, and we're gonna be relying on your guys's. And also another thing that we're gonna try to do, we're gonna be talking to other YouTubers and get their answers for the question of the week, sort of say. And so that's gonna be cool, featuring other YouTubers' answers too. So tune in. You never know who's gonna be included.
Dun, dun, dun,
Um, yeah,
dun.
Halloween fall starting tomorrow, so that's pretty cool. Let us know what you guys got going on for Halloween.
And once again, I just want to what do you call it? Remind you guys. We're going to put something on our Instagram, so be sure to follow us on that. But for Halloween, we are going to have special segments related to all things horror, which is like me and John's like favorite. This is our jam. I don't know why we just didn't make a horror channel. That would have been cool. Anyways, and then we're also going to do our annual Halloween trivia game night. Um, we still haven't like said specifically what time, but we'll figure that out and then we'll post it on our Instagram. But yeah, we're gonna have our trivia, which is a lot of fun. You guys can come and play horror trivia with us and win some prizes. We do give out prizes. Last year I gave away an original painting, and John has some like movie codes for you guys. So that should
Yeah,
be fun. I'm really excited, and we dress up. So yeah, we do come dressed. I don't know what I'm gonna dress up as this year, but I'm thinking about it. So
yeah, for sure. And James Pond, I looked it up, man, and yeah, you're like the only one that comment. I said specifically, make sure to comment your
yeah.
favorite film of the year, and he said my favorite film this year was Pig. Please enter me for the Purge Blu-ray giveaway. So we're on the same page, me and Audrey, and I believe Mr. Gangster Pups Our favorite film of the year is Pig so far.
Yeah.
So definitely hit me up on either Instagram or Twitter. I'll get your information. I'll send it over to the people, the Universal reps, and then they'll send it to you, man. So definitely hit me up on those social medias. They're linked down in the description down below. So yeah, and
Congratulations. Woo!
definitely I got another early release. I think it came out today actually. The Fast 9 saga. I'm gonna give away this digital code, not the actual Blu-ray, but the digital code. So tune into our Instagram. I'm gonna announce how to you guys can win that too. So
Yep.
definitely a lot going on. Again, make sure to follow us on there. We're gonna be more active and all that good stuff. So all right, guys, I'm excited for what's to come. Again, the Halloween special also, second annual. That's gonna be really fun and exciting. That last year was really fun. So make sure you guys check out that episode. And yeah, winner, chicken dinner.
Hell yeah,
So
dude.
congrats, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yep.
congratulations. Thank you for being the best part of our channel too. But yeah, until next time, you guys take care out there still, doing all that good stuff. And we'll see you